Hey guys, my name is Ben Howard and today we're out here at Century Park to take a look at Goliath Disc's newest disc in their lineup, this one being the Waymaker. The Waymaker is supposed to be Goliath Disc's version of a overstable throwing putter, think NV, P3X, stuff like that. And I assumed when I first heard about these that we were going to be getting just like a beaded version of the Goliath Disc's Genesis. But after looking at these side by side, you can actually see the parting line for the Genesis is much lower than the Waymaker. It does seem like they kind of use the same shape or the same wing as the Genesis for this, but just kind of raised it up to make that parting line higher and make the disc just a little bit more overstable. The other thing I noticed about this pretty interesting, I don't know if I'm really gonna be able to show you on camera or not, but the bead on this thing is very flat on the bottom, which I've never seen. It doesn't feel very big, but I really like how it feels in my hand because it doesn't have that like small like point to it like a regular bead. Because it's so flat and it's like pretty wide, it feels more similar to like a regular throwing putter. The last thing I noticed that was pretty interesting to me about these is that they all have a little bit of a puddle top. I don't know if that's how all of them turned out, and it's like this gray one's not near as bad as the white one. So I don't know if it's just the plastic, something like that. But I'm really excited to check these out. I've got this one in the new Glow OT plastic, which is interesting. It's not quite as grippy, so I'm curious to see how this one will feel today. Like I said, this one's a little bit more puddle top, so it might be either more overstable or more understable. And then these two are the two Oasis ones. And sometimes color can affect the stability of these, so I'll be curious to see if either one of these is more stable. But like always, if you're interested in checking these out, you go down to the description. I have a link to Goliath Disc Store, and if you use my code BenHoward10, it'll get you 10% off your order. But let's go ahead and get into it and see how these fly. All right, guys. So for hole one, we've got a par 3, 260 feet. Basket's up this way, tucked off to the left through this gap. I'm gonna throw all of them just to kind of get warmed up, but I'm gonna go with the OT one first because I'm assuming this is gonna be a little bit straighter, and it's kind of what I want for this shot. Oh wow. Oh, wow, that is really overstable. I was not expecting to be that stable. All right, now for the Oasis ones. Oh, holy crap. There we go, finally got one past the tree. Man. Those things are beefy. And I really like how that flat bead feels on the throw, because normally I have like a little bit of a grip issue sometimes. It's more of a mental thing than anything else, but like with how they feel and how flat they feel, I had just really nice clean releases with them, so that's really nice to see. All right, so now for the other interesting part. Let's see how well these things putt. I feel like from this distance, I'm gonna have to put this disc out a little bit to the right, see if it'll kind of fade into the basket. Yep, I didn't get it high enough, but golly, that thing is beefy. All right, guys, so for hole two, we've got a par 3, 250 feet. Basket straight ahead. Best play on this one's gonna be like a flex line, where I just kind of throw these out to the left of this tree on some anhyzer, hopefully kind of get them to bend back to the right, flatten out, push straight. Oh, dang, I like that too. Still go over the fence. I went over the fence, dang it. There it is. Golly. Ooh, look out, squirrel. That's a putt. Okay, so this is gonna be a good chance to try these on like a little touchy forehand shot. Just try and give them a touch of anhyzer and see if they'll either kind of fight it out of it and push straight, or they'll hold it. Oh yeah, that's really nice. All right, guys, we're on hole 3. This one's a par 4, 410 feet. The basket's on the other side of this valley, tucked off to the left, where you can see this guy walking his dogs. Luckily, I can't throw it that far with these putters, so really just trying to get past this tree in the middle of the fairway, and then from there, hopefully we'll have a shot up into the green. just sit down. Ah, I got a big skip to the left. I don't know if I'm just throwing the black one or the gray one a little bit better or what, but it feels like the gray one is a little bit less stable than that orange one. Okay, so the orange one ended up a little too far left for me to get up there comfortably, but I have a chance. We just have to see if I can actually get this gray one up there. Hopefully this one is a little bit less stable like I'm thinking it is. Yeah, that thing's not really that overstable. That's surprising, considering how overstable this orange one is. But that is nice to know. Ooh, wow. That was sick. I had to I don't know if you could tell out of my hand, but I gave it a good amount of anhyzer just so it would kind of flex out, and it did that perfectly. All right, guys, we're on hole 4. This one's a par 3, probably about 240 feet now. They actually moved this basket placement back just a little bit, so I'm assuming about 240 feet, so should be able to get these there. I'm gonna go with the gray one. This is my first shot because this one's actually got some nice glide to it, but just gonna try and give them some anhyzer out of the hand, hopefully get them to push straight and get down there. Not enough anhyzer, but that should be a putt. Definitely gonna have to rip over on this orange one though. There we go, that's it. Oh yeah. Okay, so I actually got pretty lucky with this because I thought the basket was like 20 to 30 feet past where it normally is, but it's actually like 10 to 15 feet. So the orange one went like 30 long, and this one, which I thought was short, was actually like parked. So let's go and make it. There we go. All right, guys, we're on hole 5. This one's a par 3, 200 feet, just right there. This one, we'll bust out the OT and throw this one because I want to get as many chances at an ace on this hole as I can get. But we're gonna stick with the gray one because I'm liking it. But just gotta put these on a little bit of anhyzer just right at the basket. Needed more anhyzer. That's parked though. Close. Okay. That one was too much anhyzer. All right, guys, we're on hole 6. This one's a par 3, 300 feet. You see the basket straight ahead. For this one, we're gonna be trying to go for this right gap right here. I think this one I'm gonna leave the orange one out because I know the orange one is not gonna even really have a chance to get to circle 2 on this hole. But I'm gonna be curious. I want to try the OT one again because I felt like it felt a little bit less stable than the first time I threw it, and I know the gray one I can at least get to like circle 2. So let's see what we can do. Oh, get through it, get through it. Okay. Okay, that's like edge of circle 2-ish, maybe just outside of it. Tried to throw it too hard. All right, let's see for the OT. There we go. Okay, yeah, wow. Just flew dead straight that time. It felt like it came out with a little bit of anhyzer that time, but even then it really just kind of flew dead straight. Man, barely even got it there. All right, guys, we're on hole 7. This one's a par 3, 230 feet. Basket's just straight ahead, slightly downhill. Best play is to kind of throw just out to the right of this little skinny tree. Just let these discs fade in. I don't think I'll really have to throw them any differently. Just kind of throw them flat, and they should just kind of push past that tree and drop down there to the basket. I might have to give the orange one a little bit of anhyzer, but I'm trying not to. Oh yeah. Perfect. Let's see if I can do it with the orange one. Oh yeah, very similar. All right, guys, so for hole 8, we got a par 3, 210 feet. Going slightly uphill, but it probably only adds like 10 to maybe 20 feet of distance to the shot. I think for the 2 Oasis ones, I'm just gonna kind of go straight at it over this tree in the middle. And then I'm gonna try the OT one, maybe give it a little bit of hyzer and a little bit wider and higher. We'll see. I'm gonna go with the gray one as my main shot though. Stay high, get in the bucket. Oh! Nope. Didn't get it wide enough. Whew. I'll get around it. Okay. Oh yeah, parked it. All right, guys, so we're on hole 9, final hole of the video. This one's a par 3, 260 feet, just right there. I think for all these, I'm just gonna throw them out to the right at this tree and just kind of let them fade off of it, or hopefully get past it and fade. I don't really know if I can get the Oasis ones there, but I think I can get the OT one there. So I'm gonna go with the OT one as my main play. Oh, it kind of turned a little bit on that one. Wow. I don't know if it was just because I was putting with it and it kind of beat it up and made it a little bit straighter. We do have a little bit of like a left to right wind, but I wouldn't think it'd be enough to affect a disc like that. So, but let's see if we can get the OT ones up there. No, not like that. Wow, that thing has a surprising amount of push though. Like, that's not bad. There we go. Get in front of it. Yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. All right, guys, so turns out I forgot to delete the footage I had from Holston from yesterday. So I ran out of memory when I went to make my putt on 9. I ended up actually making it, I promise, but I don't have any footage of it, sadly. But I'll go and put the scores up here. And when it comes to these Waymakers, these are amazing. I love these things so much. Just reliably overstable, but they don't really limit you in distance. Because as you can see on hole 4, I threw this orange one like on a ton of anhyzer, and he was still able to like flatten out, push straight, and like went long on a like 220, 230 foot hole, like 30 feet long. And then when we came over here to hole 9, I just had to hit it flat and hard, and I was able to get up there pretty easily, which is something I'm not really used to being able to do with putters, at least overstable putters. So these Oasis Waymakers have a really good chance of making the bag. I am gonna do a who will make the bag video with these and the P3X that's already in my bag. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. But when it comes to the OT one, I really like this thing for a putting putter, because I don't know what it was with that first throw. I don't know if it was just fresh and it had that overstability, or I just threw it soft because I wasn't used to it yet. But I mean, it's pretty straight, and it has a pretty good amount of torque resistance for being as straight as it is. But I really liked it for putting, because it like, I mean, it's obviously it's pretty overstable for a putting putter, but like, I mean, once, you know, inside the circle, it's really not too big of a deal. Once you get to like back to like edge of circle, I'm sure you probably start running into some issues with like just fading out in front of the basket. Plus, this the Glow OT plastic, it doesn't feel as grippy, but it has that like chalky feel. Like, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's like, it almost feels like it's got like a layer of chalk on it. And so it doesn't really feel grippy, but I don't have any grip issues, if that makes sense. But if you're looking for like a nice beaded putting putter, these things are really nice. Don't really feel that deep in the hand because of that slight puddle top. Just perfect for like that beaded kind of overstable putting putter. But if you're interested in checking these out or any of Goliath's other molds, I have their shop link down in the description. If you use my code BenHoward10, that'll get you 10% off your order. But thank y'all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and y'all have a good one.